Reminder, these companies do not care about you. Do not kill yourself for them. Do not go above and beyond for them. They are not your family, regardless of what their values say. You have hundreds of thousands of people right now getting laid off. People that have given years of their lives to these companies, and they're getting laid off via email.
2 weeks before my 40th birthday, I was let go. And I genuinely did not see it coming. I was praised for my work on Friday. And by Monday, I was restructured out of a job and into obscurity and oblivion, after giving multiple years to this job.
In this video, we're going to cover how Facebook, or their parent company Meta, is cutting 10% of their workforce, which is essentially 8,000 employees, and how this is going to impact the economy. Not only are they cutting 8,000 employees, they're also going to stop hiring for about 6,000 roles, right? So that's about 14,000 jobs that are disappearing overnight, mainly in America, right? 8,000 employees losing their jobs, and the 6,000 open positions, they're just going to stop and not hire for those, right? They say they want to focus on investing more in AI and efficiency, right? And I always encourage you to read in between the lines of a lot of corporate small talk, because you will have to deal with it wherever you work, right? So if you keep hearing the word efficiency or restructuring coming up in department town hall meetings, things like that, efficiency often is another word for firing employees, maybe incorporating more tech solutions, whether they're AI or not. So let's go and learn a bit more from this article. CNBC reported in January that Meta fired about 10% of their employees that were working on the metaverse related projects. Roughly 1,000 people in the company's reality labs were given a layoff at that time. Now it's so interesting how many gray areas there are about lots of lies, right? So if you watch my recent video on Microsoft was talking about how they have to lay off employees to invest more in AI. But when you look into it, they're laying off employees in America while hiring more employees in India, which were for lower wages. And at the same time, what they were doing is also importing some lower wage Indian workers into America with the H-1B visa program. So they were essentially, firing more costly American workers who are more senior, but hiring more junior, more lower cost Indian workers. So it's not just a case of laying off and replacing everyone AI. It's more replacing them with lower cost workers and outsourcing work to India. Now, what we see here is another overhyped investment that had gone wrong, right? Not AI, it's the metaverse. You might remember the metaverse. It's like a fake world, like Sims, like augmented reality type of world. You've probably seen it. The whole idea is they thought this was going to do really well. They invested billions into it. It didn't work, so they had to fire employees. And this is the ridiculous thing you see in tech, but you see in other sectors too. Entertainment industry, Hollywood, you see it in finance too. They have these big corporate executives, they've got big ideas, they invest billions of dollars into a business project, and it doesn't work out, and they fire all the junior employees who did all the work but didn't make the decisions, right? Which is a bit tough, because obviously you're not the one making these risky bets, and these companies, because they've got so much money to splurge on different projects, they're not actually thinking strategically, like, let's make a small investment, see if people are actually buying in and participating in our new business project. If we're not getting customers, we're not getting clients, then don't grow it further. They just do these big billion-dollar projects that fails, and then they're firing thousands of employees. So next it says, Meta also said last month that it would shift away from the third-party vendors and contractors, which have historically handled content moderation, in favor of relying on various AI technologies. So a couple things to say. Firstly, you're getting one layoff after the other, which is very unstable and overwhelming for the people who keep their job. Imagine if you're constantly seeing 1,000 people got fired from the company you work at. If you're a Meta employee, Facebook employee, right? Then another month goes by, 8,000 workers lose their job. And then they say, okay, 6,000 job openings we have, we're going to close them. We're not going to hire for that. And you're working there, you're doing more work than ever because you're picking up the extra work for the layoff employees. And it's really stressful. On top of that, the thing is, you have to understand is anytime you have a major employer, whether it's the government, whether it's Meta, Microsoft, whatever, there are other sectors that are really relying on that big employer, that big investor into their industry or into their market. So for example, you have Meta, they're not just talking about the employees they're hiring, there's all the other supporting companies, right? If they have a third party vendor, for example, to review their content, to prevent there being inappropriate content on their platforms like Facebook, now they're saying AI is going to do that. So those people who work at third party vendors are going to lose their job. So there's always a second order effect of those job losses. The other thing that would come to mind is if you have less employees working jobs, then of course there's going to be less demand for the consumer products around that office, less coffee shops, less need for takeout or food for lunch and dinner and things like that. So there's always these second order effects, or even gyms and other leisure services around those offices are going to be in lower demand, right? So there's a knock-on impact every time you see 8,000 job losses. It's not just one company who are being fired, right? It's loads of different companies that are being impacted. So in my opinion, like I say, AI is taking some of the jobs, but it's being used as a bit of an excuse for job cuts when they're outsourcing or hiring other employees in different countries for lower wages. There's some interesting little reactions here. There's a funny image here which shows, Zuckerberg is eating good. He's enjoying his life while many people are struggling in the tech job market. People are kind of starving. People are struggling to find a job. It's taking a year, 2 years to find a job. And, sometimes I wonder, not just what I say in terms of individual solutions for people to, improve their career and provide the solutions I have in terms of the 90-day career control accelerator, my free playbook, which is linked in description. But there's a lot of civil unrest that seems like it's just around the corner. Not just people who are dissatisfied with politics, inflation, high tax, low quality of life, can't afford to buy a house, have kids, or even have a stable job. Meanwhile, the rich are getting richer, the rich are living very comfortable, easy lives, and sometimes they do live their life in a way that they're mocking the masses or even their own employees. But like, how long until the general populace turn into wolves and get angry? So you can see what's going on right now at Microsoft, where there's voluntary buyouts, at Meta, where there's lots of job cuts too, right? So these large amount of job cuts, 9,000 to 10,000 to 14,000 every couple of weeks, every couple of months, we're seeing the same kind of trend, right? People who are salary slaves, they're dependent on one source of income, have unstable careers, they're getting too comfortable in their corporate careers, and then they get the rug pulled from up under them. They lose their income. Many cases they're struggling to maintain their expensive lifestyle. So if you don't want to be a salary slave, you want to figure out a way out, how to build a more stable career, how to have more flexibility, leverage, and options. This is something I've prepared to help you. There's a free link in description. You complete the details, and with a matter of minutes, you get access to the career control playbook completely free, and it'll cover tons of helpful tips to actually talk you through how to make smart career decisions, how to navigate office politics, how to deal with those crunch points where you might be dealing with a layoff, then what to do next. Should you pursue a promotion or start job hopping? And in this playbook, you can learn from all the lessons that worked for me, earning a high six-figure salary in the finance industry at companies like Goldman's and Morgan Stanley, and also for my clients, helping them secure job offers of 180 to 200K and getting promotions in that range too. So tons of useful information there. Free link in description. Have a look at this, and let's get back to the video. This is covered in a recent video of mine on Microsoft, so I'll go through it briefly. You have the permanent underclass, the majority of low wage employees or even higher wage employees who might be working in tech, getting paid 200K or more in terms of their tech salary, but all of a sudden they're considered irrelevant. They can't get a job at one company, like let's just say Microsoft. They try to go to another company, but there's also job cuts there at Meta. Can't work at Microsoft, Meta, Facebook. Twitter is using more AI. Then they go to work for an AI company that may lay off their own employees using AI. So it's this very difficult reality where you have the have-nots, the masses, the wage slave employees, and then you have the haves, which would be the AI CEOs and a handful of employees that they need to keep their operations running, which they're mainly relying on AI to do. So let's learn from a few different people who are talking about corporate culture and how you need to look out for yourself in this very difficult scenario.
Reminder, these companies do not care about you. Do not kill yourself for them. Do not go above and beyond for them. They are not your family, regardless of what their values say. You have hundreds of thousands of people right now getting laid off. People that have given years of their lives to these companies, and they're getting laid off via email. I'm telling you now, do not kill yourself for these companies. I'm going through a situation of my own. In the last week, my fiance has given birth. She gave birth earlier than expected. Our son is premature. He's hooked up to breathing tubes, hooked up to feeding tubes. I've taken 6 PTO days. I want to save my leave for when he gets home. You think my manager has said, oh, we're going to adjust your workload, Jose. We know you're going through a lot. Let us take something off your plate. Nope. Business as usual. Get your money, go home. Do not do 1 minute more of work than you need to.
He's making a great point. Let's be real here. Company loyalty is done. But what I think about is what this happens over the longer term. Because, people like me have been going on about this type of corporate crazy world that you seem to have to engage in just to earn a decent income in these type of careers. But also what happens over the long term when more and more people are seeing through the BS that I kind of point out, right? People are going to be less engaged at work. When you have more of this kind of F you pay me reality that they're embracing with their work environment, people are going to go to work, do what they have to do, get their money and go home, right? People are dealing with situations where layoffs is making them more and more less committed to their job. They're like, let me go to work and do the bare minimum. And the companies are going to start thinking, okay, well, if I fire this employee, I'll hire someone else. They'll become disillusioned and disaffected just as quick. And they'll start putting in the same low effort, which is understandable because this social contract is broken, not just between men and women, which I've covered in other videos, between the voters and the government. Government corruption is so obvious at this point in any country. But the social contract between you as a worker and the company, the employee and the employer, the worker and the boss, the corporations, and they're using and manipulating you. Like we see in this case, this guy wasn't dealing with a layoff, but he was dealing with a difficult situation where he had to look after his kids and, a difficult family situation, and the company just didn't care, right? The quality and output of things will continue to fall as we have this social breakdown. Because can you imagine this guy now, and it's one thing to deal with a layoff, which is traumatic, which we're going to cover in the next short clip. But imagine you're dealing with a situation where, the company is being heartless and cold to you and ruthless, and you're just trying to look out for your kid. It's kind of things that scars you for life, right? It's like, it's like being treated, it's like being whipped as a slave by the slave master, right? You're going to remember that forever. And that's the difficult scenario we see this guy in. And let's go through the next clip here.
Not really sure the level of detail I could get into about this, but I'll keep it pretty generic. In February, about 2 weeks before my 40th birthday, I was let go. And I genuinely did not see it coming. I was praised for my work on Friday. Yep. And by Monday, I was restructured out of a job and into obscurity and oblivion, after giving multiple years to this job. And, the really crazy thing about it for me was I was overly praised on that Friday. I was getting, compliments about my organizational structure, some of the systems I had put in place, the amount of accounts I had compared to other people. It was so strange to even me that I was that promotion's coming. Yeah, okay, great, yeah. All right, that promotion we've been talking about that's supposed to take place in April, okay, this is finally it, and then not only was I let go, but then people I had been working alongside for years, they just went quiet, my entire network. They wouldn't provide references, they wouldn't respond to me, whether it was text or email or whatever. It was nothing. It was I didn't exist anymore. And I've never experienced anything like that because I really considered, some of the people that I worked with to be friends.
See, this is kind of brutal, right? And what's interesting, as I say, your co-workers are not your friends, but they are your allies. But it shows here, they're not even acting as his allies. He's looking to get some references, some referrals, maybe to other jobs, just normal corporate networking, right, that you do with your current co-workers, with your future co-workers, with people you used to work with, who you want a bit of maybe a helping hand with. But this is the type of thing that you have to deal with that is very difficult. He also mentioned he was getting a layoff straight after, the day after, of a good performance review. On Friday, he got a good performance review. On Monday, they were giving him a layoff, right? The thing is, this is what I tell you, and this is what I teach throughout my 90-day career control accelerator directly to my clients dealing with different scenarios, is that the companies you're working for, people who are smiling in your face, managers, co-workers, they know they're lying to you. They're lying in your face. They're laughing at you, right? They're smirking at you. They're basically taking you for a fool, right? Never forget what he's saying here, right? He got a good performance review on Friday and laid off on Monday, right? The next working day. So this is the cutthroat corporate environment, I tried to teach you about. He's given multiple years to the job, and I want you to go through how the corporate world is going to continue to change as we see more cutthroat corporate maneuvers like this, right? Think about how he will approach his next job, right? Because this is like going through a divorce, right? He will end up taking one or two different approaches. When you deal with a layoff, most of you know, some of you know, if you've dealt with a layoff, I dealt with one, I mentioned it earlier in earlier videos. What ends up happening is you have two approaches to your new job when you find another job, right? Hopefully it doesn't take too long, but when you do, you either go hard and work really hard at AF because you have this insecurity, you might deal with another layoff, it's like a traumatic experience you don't want to deal with again, or you find another job and you play the fake corporate character, but you be as detached as possible because no matter what you do, even if you get a good performance review, you might deal with a layoff. So what's the point of going above and beyond? You might do a little bit of that for some projects that you have to do it because you need to do well to get paid and keep your job. But a lot of times you're going to be more detached. And I've done both actually at different times of my career, working extremely hard, realizing it is paying off, then it's not. Then I just become detached and look for another job. These are the type of things you need to be aware of. People are so burnt out, right? From the government lies post 2020, which I don't even have to get into, from corporations treating them like second-class citizens. Many men are burnt out with the dating market. People are burnt out financially generally with the increasing costs, never-ending, problems in the world that seem to make your life worse every single week or month. There's another terrible unstable news story about how your bills are going to have to go up due to a conflict that you don't really support or want to get involved in. This is the type of thing when people are so burnt out and they're so done with being desperate for a job just to survive, they're going to become more and more detached and they're going to go more inward in terms of their world. And some people are doing this. You see this with a greater focus on self-care or fitness or living off-grid or having multiple income sources or using corporate. Like I say, you should use corporate to make as much money as possible and leverage that maybe to a side hustle, to be more independent and off-grid and self-sufficient. After a layoff, like he says, he was ghosted and ignored by previous employees and team members that he's working with. Nobody really gives a F about you in corporate. The companies aren't loyal. They lie to your face. Your co-workers treat you like trash and ignore you. And they don't give you favors, even though he's probably overworked himself to some extent at the company for them to give him some positive performance reviews. How can you actually survive this? Now, there is a link in the description to a completely free career control playbook, right? You just fill in your email and name, click the button, and within a matter of minutes, you'll have access to this free playbook. Now, what does it go through? It goes through tons of helpful information that worked for me and my clients, Goldman's, Morgan Stanley, places I've worked at director level, senior analyst level, helping my clients secure high-paying six-figure jobs by talking you through what is actually going on in the corporate environment right now. Why is your career stalling? What is preventing you from succeeding? How to deal with the 3 career killers, right? How to actually make smart career decisions and have more leverage, power, and options where your back is constantly being put against the wall with layoffs, AI, outsourcing. How can you actually build a longer term, not just career, but income source that puts you in a position where you can adapt and maneuver rather than being like, oh, I just need this one job at Meta or Facebook, Microsoft, and then you're sorted for life, which is clearly not the case, right? Which I've covered in recent videos. So how to play the long game, how to get more respect at work, how to deal with difficult co-workers, everything you need to know is covered here. It's completely free, right? So it worked for me, definitely making it to high six-figure salaries for myself and my clients. So nothing to lose. Link in description to get that. Let me know how you feel about Meta's job cuts, and I see you in the next video.